Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why they say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use for tomorrow. And today we have a very, very special guest. I'm super excited to bring on my boy Alex O. Crypto. He is doing it big in the space right now. My man is growing at a cyclic rate on YouTube. Very, very proud of him, and he is genuinely one of the best dudes in the space. So very proud to call him my friend and excited to have him on the show. Let's bring him on up and get this party started.
Let's go. I got the
Oh
noise,
yeah.
man.
What's up, man?
I got the FD noise. Good to be here, brother.
I know,
Good to
dude.
have
It
you.
hurts. It hurts sometimes when I play it. It's like I miss FD. Like that's my dude. That's my dude. But it
Yeah.
seems like he's doing all right, man. He's putting out posts every day. You know, I respect it. Like he's just trying to concentrate on his brand. He's working a 9 to 5 right now, so there's only so much time in a day, you know. And he's
That's
a family
crypto.
man. He's a family man. So you know,
No,
respect.
That's awesome. And you're holding it down, man. You always putting on a great show. I always drop by, man. So, you know, I
I know.
love watching this show, bro.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. That's a high praise from Alex O Crypto. So my dude, what is up, man? So I'm gonna give you an opportunity here. Obviously, I'm sure that everyone in the chat probably knows who you are, but for those that tune in later, maybe you're watching this on Facebook, X, whatever the case may be, give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and talk about a little bit what you do.
Allow me to reintroduce
Introduce
myself.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah, no, it's you know, it's been a journey, man. 3 years in and just grinding out, showing up every day. That's kind of how I've been, man. I'm a trader first and a YouTuber second, and that's how it's kind of always been. So a lot of people know me from my morning show, and the scalps and the setups and that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, we like. Don't you notice that crypto talk just always ends up being about food? It's like you were talking cereal, I
Bro.
think, the other day, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes,
we were
and
talking today,
my chat,
coffee.
like it flows with rib chat. That is like literally that's what they call my chat now, is the rib chat, and you'll just see rib emoji just flowing like the entire time. Like
That's it, man. I mean, people out here hungry, man. We got to make some like meme coins on Solana about food. We'd be rich. But,
yeah, rib coin,
no.
baby. Rib coin.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, a little bit about me. I mean, I'm live Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. That's kind of me. Run a Discord, hang out, talk a lot of smack, take trades live, short-term time frame trader. But used to do that big top-down analysis game, always looking at, bigger charts. But it's always important to be able to break down a chart, in which, that's why I tune in to watch you, because you do a very good job. And we were even talking about it today, how there's so many different styles that can accommodate your lifestyle with trading. And I think that's the key, is to fit it into your life and to kind of make the most of it. It can either add to your income or it can decrease your income. But risk management's always something we always preach, right? I think that's the key.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And it's super important to really be honest with yourself. Like, being a day trader is hard. It's very time consuming, and you will lose your ass if you're not watching the charts sometimes. Like, if you just slip away and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to go do that, and you don't have, the proper risk management set up in place, whether it be stop losses or entries, timing is very, very key, especially when you're scalping and doing intraday type trades. Like, swing trades, you might get a little fudge room here and there, but like I have found like it crushed me. There's a couple times where I'm just like, damn, like, I wasn't paying attention. I went away, and crypto, it will move fast. Like today, like crypto, I mean, it was looking good. We're at 98K. We're like above the point of control. We're like, oh, Gucci, let's go. Today's going to be a good day. And I'm just like, what? That quick. It was like, what happened,
So quick,
and
so quick.
yeah, so like I stayed into a trade. Thankfully, like it pretty much just went back down to where I started. But I was like, damn, like I should have locked it in. I didn't, but it is what it is. I held along. I got conviction. I think we hit some really key areas of support. So I'm holding on. We'll see how it plays out. And I kind of talked about that earlier.
Trend lines.
Yeah, man. It's the flight path, baby.
I add them, bro. That's the thing, is people can come on and listen, but do they take your work and add them to the chart? That's the thing, right? I think there's got to be work after the stream, right? I always leave, like after a stream, I'll leave a couple ideas on the chart for like where price can go, and it's like, if you implement, sometimes those are banger trades and they play out, right? I think you had an amazing call on ADA the other day. I think that's what I remember.
I'm still in that one. I'm still in that.
Boy.
That one's looking nice.
See? I don't forget, man. I don't forget.
That
man.
one is, what am I sitting at right now? Up 84%. 84%.
Let's go. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I ain't mad.
I'm in a sick, nasty Suey trade just like that. So
there you go. Attaboy.
That's the one.
Hey, I'll tell you what though, in terms of like having something that like I'm like I've had conviction about, it's that damn channel. We have hit that damn channel, and you probably know what I'm talking about at this point, like 5 times. Like I'm like, God, for the love of God, just draw the damn line on your chart, please. Yeah. Like
take the work and draw it, right? It's like gift wrap, man. It's gift wrap.
Yeah, that one's been nice. But let's bounce over, show people your channel here real quick, just so you can see it. There you go. There's my boy right there, Alex O Crypto. I got his socials down in the description. So if you guys are new or just kind of getting to know Alex, again, he's a phenomenal scalp trader, and he does it every day, every morning. This dude is doing it live, and I'll tell you what, a lot of respect to you, because there's a lot of guys like me that are giving you, like you said, the top-down analysis, right? We're not always live trading. Now, I've tried to incorporate that more into the show here as we've gone along, just so people, it builds kind of credibility. Like, hey, I am in these trades. Here's the 4 long trades that I'm in right now, and I'm trying to show that to you. But my man Alex O is doing it every day. Win, lose, showing you it all. And it's much respect because one, too, like that timeline is you're under a gun, right? Like you're trying to squeeze trades in within an hour and a half, 2 hour period. Like that's not easy. Not easy
I love
at
it,
all.
man. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And it's
respect that, man.
I appreciate that. It's not easy. Like we didn't take a trade today. A lot of the time it's like there's a responsibility to protect the new trader as well. So like there's times where like I don't do it a lot, but there's times where I'll take a trade and I won't voice it because I know that it's not appropriate for me to kind of put a new trader at risk. I'll take a trade, scalp in and out, quick money. But then when I am entering and I have the confidence and there's a confluence, right? There's a I say confluence. But when there's the confluence, right, and there's a risk strategy involved, and I take losses too, right? Like we have like a pretty good win rate. We're like 84% right now in the last 3 months. So
awesome.
We've been kicking ass, right? But it's also like there's a responsibility to protect the new trader who cannot enter and exit trades as fast as I can, who doesn't know their, I always say, learn your exchange. Go into the paper trading and like hit all the buttons like you're a kid. I think that's like one of the most important things. What does post only do? What is cross margin? Don't touch that one, right? Like isolated, all those things, right? You have to have a play, right? And that's gonna give you a big edge as well to be able to enter and exit and manage risk immediately, right? There's no like that should be a non-negotiable, but no doubt. It's good fun, man.
No doubt. Right on, man. Well, let's go ahead. We're going to go with our first piece here. We'll get a little bit of a market update, and then we'll bounce over to the Daily DJ and have some fun, and then we'll roll through this news and get this party started. So let's get it going. And you know what? I'm going to share. Keep you up there. Oh, that's yours. There it is. All right. Total market cap is sitting at 3.15 trillion. That's down 0.32% over the last day. 24-hour trading volume is at 106 billion. That is up 3.69%. Bitcoin dominance still holding strong above 60. It's at 60.28%, and that is a decrease of 0.87 over the last day. So, one of the things I have been talking about a little bit is Bitcoin dominance is very high, right? And because it's high, there's a gap. And when I say that, I'm talking about the altcoins, and I think there's a potential there. I don't know that Bitcoin dominance is going to keep just flying through the roof here. I think there's going to be an opportunity for altcoins to catch up, and that is part of the reason. That was part of my thought process when I'm looking at the discrepancy between Cardano, AVAX, some of those the lower caps to Bitcoin. I'm like, okay, what's the reason here for Bitcoin dominance to really like fly through the roof? And like, there wasn't a real big justification. We had that dump. All right, there was the dump, and I understand that. Okay, quick rush to get into Bitcoin to be safe, and it's probably not going to fall as much as these altcoins. But I mean, the altcoins have been decimated. The altcoins have been decimated for a while, right? We're looking at bear market lows for some of them, or even 6 month off of the low. Some of them are retraced pretty hard, and I think there's a gap, and I think there's an opportunity for things to catch up. And, Cardano, honestly, I got lucky on that because they released some news. Grayscale filed for an ETF. So timing wise, but that's what we talk about sometimes on the channel. You got to have some exposure. You got to have some skin in the game. Otherwise, you're not going to catch things like that. But if you have all the right setups, if you're looking at it and you're like, hey, there's a gap here with the alts, I think there's a potential that they could start catching up, and you're like, all right, let me throw some skin in the game, and then all of a sudden, bam, some big good news comes out. You're looking at a 80% banger on Cardano. So, it's I don't know, man. It's interesting. I think one thing that is kind of driving me nuts right now is the sentiment is so low, and I'm like, Bitcoin is over $90,000 right now, and why are we upset? And then it like you start thinking about it and you're like, y'all aren't in Bitcoin.
Yeah, they're not.
Y'all are in
They're not, and
altcoins.
that's the thing. They're all in altcoins. Exactly. I mean, I'm 80% Bitcoin, man, and I'm sitting pretty, right? And don't get me down. Like, I'm down 15% on my altcoin portfolio, and that's like $130,000. Okay, it's not no chump change, right? So my alts are down, but my Bitcoin's up 4 or 5x, right? So sitting pretty, right? And that's 80% of my portfolio, right? So you gotta have that. Like, if you're building a $1,000 portfolio, you should put $600 into that Bitcoin right away, right? That shouldn't even be a question, right? Then you can go into like a Solana, ETH, AVAX, Link, right? And then maybe with that extra like leftover $200, then you're gonna start throwing darts, man, right? I see you out there who bought virtuals at like $3. I see you out there, man. Like,
I get nervous when that shit gets that high, man. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and wait for that retracement. We'll come back to the golden pocket at some point, and we have seen it over and over and over again. You get these meme coin pops, and all of a sudden it comes back down to the 618, man. It is like a freaking magnet, and that's when I'm like, okay, maybe if we're still talking and the community still looks good, now might be the time to see, throw a couple bucks at it. That's a personal thing, because you end up round tripping stuff, man. It gets weird quick. Yeah. So, all right, cool. Let's go over what's up.
It's so true, man. It's so true.
Yeah. Let's say what's up to some people in the chat real quick. I think it's going to be a pretty long list, so I'm not going to say hellos and talk through them all. I'm just going to shout you out, man. Maybe a couple hellos, because people like Alexandra G, she gets the hellos because she is our mod queen. All right, other than that, all y'all lost. You're just going to get your name. I'm sorry. All right, username, we got Robert Mulligan. What's up? Crypto Mike in the house. Jesse, good luck. Kate Diggity, no doubt. Who else we got? Crypto Heli in here. Oh, man, my whole list literally just scrolled down. That was great. Where did I leave off with? Did I say Crypto Mike and Crypto Heli? Yep, got them. All right, Jeffrey Stonesheifer. Hope I've said that one right. And, of course, my dude, Alex. So, Al Jr.'s in here. What's up, man? And scrolling down. Caffeinated Crypto, Massey33, Maybay Band-Aid, Heart, my dude. Trade Intuition's in there. That's our boy Joe. Go check him out. He's doing content on here as well. You know that Rip Chat's going. Nick's in here. What's up, man? And who else we got? Scrolling. I don't know if I said Chris Klein or not. I think I did. C90 for the win. What's up, brother? Retro Mike Tech. He's got a channel as well. Go check him out. He is definitely part of the fam here. Wildberries 234. Okay, I'm chilling with y'all. Thank you. Chill with us. Let's go. All right, Banana Republic 2039. What is up? And Crypto Chef. Let's go. And then we got Double S. Shimmy. I'm gonna call you Shimmy. How about that? Because man, your name is hard. All right, I'm not even gonna try. All right, Dave Digital, my dude. All right, let's go. What is it? It's Tuesday too. Dave, you just made me think, man. We got to push everybody to BGT. We got to get this party started. Let's go. Yeah. All right. You all know what time it is. We got to get to the fun part here. We are going to do the daily DGen. Let's go. Got to remember to hit the right button, man. I got a co-host today. Let's go.
What are we trading here, bro?
Man, you know what? You are the guest. So a lot of times what I do is I just start scrolling down and I see something crazy and I bite off on it. And I took Jelly yesterday, and I think we hit like a 86 or 90% banger on Jelly yesterday. Okay. That was a good play.
Let's beat that. Let's go long on Bera USD.
Bera. Okay.
BERA, yeah.
I got it.
Bera coin.
I got it. Let's see. We are 78% long. Ooh, 32 votes. 32 votes. That's this one's gonna be tough, Alex. It's not I don't know if that's a place I would jump in along, but we're gonna do it because that's what they do here. All right. If you guys are new here, we do the Daily DGen segment. We give you the opportunity as the audience to vote. We don't even really do TA on it. All right. We just go ham. Usually we were doing 50x's, but those things seem to hit boom or bust really quick. So we've kind of tailored it back to 20x so we can actually go check on it at the end of the show. That's a lot more fun. So I see you guys got 79% long right now. I'm ending the poll, 33 votes. I like it. But we're going to do it. And this is TradeFly's money. Sometimes
it's retesting.
Ah,
You got to hit it now.
I'm going, man. Putting the pressure on me. Putting the pressure on 20x. Let's go.
Typical scalper, eh?
There it is. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Then.
All right. It's in. All right. There you go.
Okay.
Let's find that down the list.
I'll let you know when to close.
Oh, man. It tried to put a limit. That's my bust.
That's okay. We'll forgive you. I'm gonna get you on my morning show. We're gonna go through the scalping boot camp.
All good. All right, 50, 20x, market. There we go. Nah, because I've been doing limit buys. I forgot to click the old market. But we're good. We're in there now. You can see I do have some open orders. If you guys are interested in this, I can talk you through that a little bit. I do have a sell order on Bitcoin if it goes up to 109,000. And I have a long, a 5x long, if it goes down to 92.5. So if you guys were here earlier in the show, we kind of mentioned a channel that I have. And when we get to the TA, I'll show you guys that on the chart so you can see it. But really, it is essentially the all-time high. And then this channel that we've been playing here on this channel, we've hit probably about 5 times now. So I'll show that to you guys on the charts. Highly recommend you just drawing an easy little line on your chart. And, you can be part of the fun here. Obviously not financial advice, right? All right. So that's the Daily DGen. We're going to come back. We'll check on this a little bit later in the show. Thank you guys for voting. 33 votes. That's a pretty good turnout. I like it. Let's go over to, let's get over to the news here. Nothing too crazy. I'm not going to beat it up. I don't think we're going to have too long of a discussion on it here. But Fed Chair Powell says the Federal Reserve will never create a central bank digital currency, CBDC. Now, I know that was a big discussion probably about a year ago, a year and a half ago. You heard a lot about this CBDC and how it was going to destroy crypto. Right now, it's trending in a direction that's not something we have to worry about in the immediate future, okay? So as of right now, I know he says never, but I never trust anyone in the government. That's for darn sure when they say never. So for now, it looks like it's not going to happen. So check. Good news. Let's go over to the next piece of news we got here. And we got Bitcoin could follow gold's lead and hit a new all-time high, giving you guys a little bit of hopium here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, according to traders. I don't know who the hell they are, but this is Cointelegraph, so we can consider them semi-reputable, can we? But looking at this, they do have kind of it overlaid, right? You can see very similar patterns for gold and Bitcoin. Would be interesting to see how this plays out. I am going to take a mental note of it, but I'm not going to say that it's really going to follow this pattern, but it has looked like it's trying. There's no doubt about that. The thing is, and the piece that you have to consider with this is our economy. There's macroeconomics in play. And when data is bad and things are kind of looking, we'll say recession-ish here in the States, then gold shoots up, right? Gold's going to shoot up because that's the safe haven. People naturally go to that, especially at times of war. When things get weird, people just go to gold. And that happens over and over again. History repeats itself. I don't know if Bitcoin has necessarily correlated itself to gold. Okay, I still see Bitcoin as more correlated, I would say, to a greater extent to, something like the NASDAQ and tech stocks. It seems to flow with those a little bit closer in terms of the price correlation. But I would love to see that transfer where it diverges from that and it starts doing its own thing. But whenever the NASDAQ goes down, like when it goes down hard, you'll see that Bitcoin has a tendency to follow. Go back, look at the bear market, and it was very tightly correlated. and it was not correlated to gold at all. So the end state, the dream, right, is the digital gold, and eventually that it starts acting more like gold. And when things get weird, recessions, depressions, whatever the case may be, wars, people start flocking to Bitcoin as a safe haven. So going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I don't know if we're there yet, but this this chart, it gives you a little bit of hopium that maybe we're trending in that direction. Alex, you got anything to add there?
Yeah, like I think gold. If you overlay it on Bitcoin, you can see that gold definitely does go first before Bitcoin. Like even before we had that breakout on the Trump rally, gold went first. It does lag in some instances, but it does trade relatively, like, I would say accurately, like the Nasdaq. Bitcoin's like leveraged Nasdaq. Let's face it, right? So you're very right with that. Like I always reference the Nasdaq when I'm scalping on the short time frames, but if gold is going right, and some people are hedging. I mean, I always try to think back when the banks were collapsing, right? Bitcoin soared, right? So this could be, an opportunity. I think the big deal right now is there's no QE coming in, right? And we don't know when that's going to happen. Some people are saying we're waiting on China to print, and there's a lot of hopium in there. And it's like you said at the beginning, it's this sentiment is so like, we were up at 98 today. Everybody's like, here we go, right? Now we're back down at 95, and everybody's like, whoa, right? Like it's so, bro, you could see it, man. Like I always check the Bitcoin thumbnails in the morning, whether it's open mouth, whether it's dread. It's like an indicator in itself, man. It's so funny. Like who's got the most open mouth thumbnails,
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Oh man, Dave Digital, man, of course. He's like, I think he's who hits long just because it's the first one on the poll.
Typical.
Yeah, that's Dave. To a T, man. C90 for the win. He's like, I click long just so no one calls me a bear. And apparently Wild Bear is 234. Is that one of your followers? Is that one of your subs?
Absolutely. He trades NASDAQ. He's a very good trader.
Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't like bear. He said yuck to that.
Well, we're trying to make a daily degen. Yeah. It wouldn't be degen if we were trading anything besides something new. So
yes, sir. Shall we trade AT&T for you tomorrow?
AT&T, let's go.
I'll collect my dividends during the show for you.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, I'm heckling your sub. I probably just lost one. Oops.
No, it's good. He can handle a good heckle. He heckles me on the live stream. He called
good.
it. I went long, and he's like, "Man, you should have shorted," and I got stopped out. He's actually a really good trader, so he can talk the smack just as well as we can, man. And that's the beauty of community.
He said TRB, man. I'm on board. I'm on board with it. All right. You know what? Hey, Wild Berries, I'll make it up for you. I was talking smack. You call long or short on TRB, we'll put a play on. We'll finish up the market update, and then I'll degen into that just for you, man. We'll have some fun tonight. All right. Let's see what else we got here. We got the economic calendar. I got all kinds of distracted. I don't even think I updated the stars there. There you go. We're ready to go. Let's full send. Let's continue on with this market update. We'll get this done and then get to everyone's favorite part, the TA. All right. So today you had Fed Chair Powell testimony. I got to be honest with you, didn't watch a whole lot of that today. For tomorrow, we do have some biggies. All right, got some biggies tomorrow. Core inflation rate month over month, year over year. Inflation rate month over month and year over year. And then a continuation, I guess, of Fed Chair Powell testimony. All right, so maybe I'll tune into that a little bit tomorrow, get a little smarter on what's going on. And then for Thursday, February 13th, we got retail sales month over month. And that about wraps it up for this week. All right, let's go to the crypto bubbles. Looking pretty red out there. Ina, what is that? That's Athena, actually. I was about to say, I know I didn't say it right. That's down 10.2%. Anything else getting beat up? I mean, that's really the worst of it. Jasmine's down 7%. Don't really like to see that. I'm just wondering when Jasmine's going to pop. Like, at some point, I feel like Jasmine's going to pop again. It's just a long wait. For your positives here, you got Virtual up 5.4%. You got Pulse X, that is up 10.7%. And Cardano, as we talked about, is up 4.1%. Not a great move, but it is a move and it is positive. So one of the things that I say, and one of the reasons I like the bubbles, all right, when you see the market pull back and everything is red, and then you got some outliers, take a look and figure out why they're outliers. Why is Cardano up 4.1%? Why is Virtual up 5.5%? Virtual we talked about yesterday too. We were saying it kind of looked like it was had an opportunity to break out. It actually at one point today, I think it was up probably 14 or 15% when I glanced at it. So I didn't watch it all day, but I definitely looked at it and it made a nice little move up. It did kind of quickly retrace, but still, you want to know why, and that's sometimes that gives you kind of an edge when you're getting into a position here. Goodness gracious, I missed all kinds of stuff here.
Let's
you guys
go.
are just, oh geez. All right, now I gotta get back to the chat here. Alex, giving 5 Piper Academy memberships. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Let's see who got those. Let's see who got them. Mark Dutch. Oh gosh, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. My dude got a membership. John Jormain, he got one. Justice Sub and Top's Top 5 Podcast. I have never even seen you in the chat. Got a got a membership. Joe Nickel, all right. And then Dave Digital, member for 8 months. You know it. He's dropping those otters in the chat, my dude. And then, of course, our dude, he is Fan Bam, Crypto Billy, member for 12 months. Giver's game, baby. Let's go. So, speaking of Billy, two things. Let's bring up one of them. You know today is. It's Billy Goat Tails Day. It's Billy Goat Tails Day. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. But they have their space tonight on X. They're gonna be doing that, and it is titled "Create Wealth by Taking Action. We will show you how." So I did see some of the invitees because I was in a chain. Some pretty cool people got invited. We'll see who shows up tonight, but this could be a banger. This could be a good one. So looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to hop on this space for a little bit, maybe for 30 minutes or so, because it's my Tuesday routine. Say what's up to everybody and get that alpha. So go check that out after the show. But that is not all. That is not all with Billy. We're going to have Billy on the show. Billy's going to hop on the show here next Monday. Super excited about that. We're going to change up the style a little bit, though. All right, it's not going to be as much news and market updates. We will do some TA. I'll sprinkle some TA in there. Don't worry about that. You'll get that. But we're going to turn it into like a fireside chat. We're going to hang out, chill, talk some family, talk crypto, how that kind of all works in, to life. And we're just going to have a little chat, mentorship. And you guys are going to be part of that, man. I'm actually super excited to do something a little bit different here on the channel with Billy. He's a great dude. And so, yeah, looking forward to that. All right, cool. Let's go to the heat map. You guys know I love that. So let me pull it up here.
All right, you got to show me how to use this thing because I talk trash about the heat map.
Man, see, why am I going to tell you how to use it if you're talking trash, bro?
You got to show, because I don't know how to use it. So,
well, you better learn.
I see you pull it up all the time. I have it.
You better learn.
Pull it up, but you gotta tell me what's the alpha here. Okay.
All right. If you were taking notes yesterday, Alex O Crypto, because you were there. If you were taking notes yesterday, what was the key level I talked about on the top side for Bitcoin that we could drive to price wise?
Okay, we're gonna get here. I've got my notes.
I'm gonna see. He actually wrote it down. I love it.
95.2.
95.2. That seems under what we were talking about. Top side.
Top side. 98. Liquidity at the highs. 98. So let me check my chart.
98.4.
98,400.
There it is, man. There it is. All right. And I remember talking about that yesterday. So if you're looking at this map right now, it may be hard for you to see because it's when I start zooming in and out, it gets a little weird. But there's a hot spot right here. 98.4.
Okay. So I'm looking
98.4. Now, how this works, you get this rejection right here. If you're looking at it right now, there's not much liquidity there.
So
As
I'm
price
looking
action
for the hot spot. Okay.
Yes. As price action continues to consolidate or even work in the other direction, not in this case, what you'll see is liquidity starts to build up and it begins to get a lighter color. It's hotter. So what does this mean? It means that people have placed stop losses here. People are taking leveraged short positions. When they take those short positions, basically they will get liquidated if price comes up to this point. You're giving the market maker incentive to drive the price up. Now, I'm not saying that's how it really works, but for whatever reason, it seems to work that way. All right.
It's working. You
Liquidity,
seem to be calling these levels.
yeah, liquidity is a price magnet in my mind. All right. It just is. Now,
I love liquidity. I agree.
so, right, what you're doing when you do it on your chart, because I watch you, right? You're doing support and resistance areas, and underneath or above those two levels, you're determining there's liquidity there. This is just giving you a visual representation of the same thing you're doing on your chart without this. That's it. This is like building confluence. So when I see this and I'm like, hey, I have an area of resistance.
Okay, so there's that level there, but what's that at the top right? So the 98,000.
This is liquidity coming in. Right. Yeah, it's getting hot right now. It's coming in because price action moved down so rapidly. So as price action was, as price action's moving down, right? Liquidity's coming into the top side. People are placing their stop losses here. People are taking leverage positions. Like if what I like to do, if I'm going to place a low capital, high leverage position that could get liquidated, I've accepted the fact that it could get liquidated, then you're going to put it over your area of resistance. Or if you had a wick, like I would prefer to have like a very strong wick where it just cleared out liquidity, right? That's the difference between, I'd say, a seasoned trader and someone that's just throwing some stuff at a wall, right? They were like, okay, we got a rejection at 98.5, right? We cleared out the liquidity, which is hilarious. All right. But 98.5, that's where we got rejection. Let's go ahead and put our stop loss, or let's put our liquidation area there, right? I'll get liquidated if it goes back up to that area, because you're seeing like some of this liquidity didn't even come in right here. So from here to here, where you have price action going down, liquidity didn't come in. Liquidity didn't start coming in until the price action was a little bit closer to about 97.1. So around 97.1 is where you saw liquidity really start flowing in. These people are going to get liquidated when price action continues its way back up, if it does continue its way back up. The thing that I'm looking at right now, though, as we're talking about it, one, we're in a range. It's consolidating. People are talking about it, choppy, whatever you want to call, it's consolidating, all right? Or it's in a range. It's up to you, whatever you want to call it.
It's range bound. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And so we're kind of in the middle right now. So it's really tough for you to say, okay, liquidity is going to drive price action at this point because you have liquidity on both the top and on the bottom side. Now, if liquidity was right here, if you had this hot spot, which is at 93.4, 93.5, if you had that right here, I would be like, it's going to wick down, it's going to grab that shit. I'm not even going to think twice about it.
It's close.
Because it's the alligator closest to the boat, right? So the other thing is tying it in to support and resistance levels and what makes sense. Right now, you have an area where we've saw that there's willing buyers. All right, so when price went down today I think it was just under 95K, we saw willing buyers jump in. A very quick move back up over 96K, which then lets me, have some doubt that we're going to grab this liquidity quickly, so there's ways to incorporate it into your strategy. This one was easy because it was a very clear trend. All right. We're building a hot zone on the map as the trend is going up and right. That's stupidity. Like I'm just like, okay, well that they're going to go get that liquidity. It makes too much sense. So that's why, I can a lot of times confidently say, this is where I think the price is going to go. And once it grabs that liquidity, start looking for, a reversal. Now, this one, a lot of times what I like to see is it be a little bit more clear. So when price action comes up, I like to see it kind of go dark. When it goes dark, that's when you're like, okay, we could definitely get, you know, a little reversal, price action in the opposite direction. And what I'm saying there is like just up here, it'll just be straight up dark, right? It'll look like this. And when it looks like this, it's almost like guaranteed reversal almost every time. So one of the things we were looking at before when price action got up, I want to say it was about 103 before we went to the all-time high. When we got up to about 103, there's a couple things that I had in confluence. One, this. Two, we did a fib extension. And three, we had a trend line, a long-standing trend line that went from like 2021, right? So we had three pieces of confluence to allow me to say, okay, we can enter this based like a swing trade, right? And that's, you know, that's my game. I like price coming to me. I'll sit back and wait for it. But that's how I tie it in. And honestly, man, I can't tell you how many times now that I talk about this, and it's the proof is in the pudding for me, where I talk about it and I'm like, damn, like I thought it was going to go up there, and it went up there in like 2 hours. It went up there in like 12 hours. I'm like, well, shit, why don't I just take a position like based on the liquidity, you know? It's kind of crazy, but you know, right here where we're sitting at right now, you see how it's kind of dark on both sides. I wouldn't be able to say that, you know, the price action is really going to be driven by the liquidity right now, especially knowing that there's willing buyers. We've seen it twice now, right here and right here. But look, this is actually a good example when you come back left on the chart, or on this chart. You guys are getting some educational and liquidity heat map here. See how this is dark?
Fire, man. People should be taking notes. I was taking notes. I even just created a liquidity TradeFly zone now on my templates.
There you go. You see how this is dark right here? This is what I'm talking about. Remember, none of this existed. None of this exists. Okay, so at this time and space, when you're looking at this map, this doesn't exist. So it's really, really dark. What is that? It leaves an opportunity for something, a reversal, right? So it
comes back, yeah.
Yeah, then it comes back up. And you know, time and time again, you know, it's been pretty fire, man, to be honest with you. I love it.
That's good.
And
I've seen like a whole bunch of people started to pull it up on their charts after you started sharing it all the time on
right?
live streams. And
you notice that?
I'm like, I pulled it up once and I'm like, I don't know this shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to people. Like so many, you know.
I've seen everybody do it, man. I see it on Investing Bros now. Like,
cool, man. It looks warm, man. Like that's my TA on it, right? Like how do you know, that's great, man. Because I see you always repping it hard, man. And it's like, I'm always like about practicality, right? Like I try to keep things simple, but also like, okay, what are you seeing? Like as I'm a carpenter, right? First and foremost, so it's like I like to see something, how it's built, put together, and them explain how they're using it. Therefore, you're able to replicate it. Like that's how I learn. That's a big reason why I started streaming, so I can like voice it out and then like get feedback not only from myself but from other people, and it's like double dip in the knowledge, right? And then you know, because I've seen that heat map and I'm like, man, this thing looks like Egyptian to me, bro. So
it's dude, you really like, the more you use it, you'll really start to understand what you're looking at. It's like everything. It's, you know, when Piper gave me the chart prime indicator, I was looking at that and I was like, it's like Latin, bro. Like these look really cool. They look nice. I have no idea what they're telling me, and now all of a sudden I got to talk about them. But ultimately you start getting more comfortable with this. You start the heat map. It really has like some intricate details that no one talks about. They just pull this thing up. They zoom out, they'll go to like a monthly or something, and they're like, all right, guys, this is where the hot spot is on the map. You know, like, cool. Like, tell me more, please. Like, yeah. You know, it really adds some like solid stuff that you start picking up as you look at it every day. Like I said, man, like you'll start seeing the dark spot, and you're like, oh, okay, this time for reversal, and then, you know, you'll see a trend going into the hot spot, and you're like, oh, it's going to go get that. It's going to go get that. And then you might see a turnaround. So that's, you know, it's just little things you start picking up on. And then as you're seeing it, like you'll see these spots kind of grow, and you'll understand when they're actually coming in, like what point in price action does that, you know, the heat or the liquidity really start to build up. And then you go to the chart. And this is what I love. You know, so, you know, right now we're looking at 98.5 and 93.450, right? So then you start going to the chart. and you start trying to apply it to that. So what did we say? We said 98.5. I'm actually on a zoomed out time frame because I was going to start large to small here, but that's okay. That's all right.
You showed me the way.
We're vibing right now, right? So we said 98.5, 98.5. So there you go. So about 98.5 is right there, like right over where we already had an area of resistance. But that being said, like it would be in play. And I say it's in play because if you're looking at the dynamic reactor, you're looking at the trend of this price action right now, and then you're to actually take a horizontal. Now I had a horizontal on the one we got rejected on. I actually should pull that up because it's kind of funny because I talked about it yesterday. So I was like, hey, there it is. I was like, let me put that on my chart. And of course, right off of it. So I should have played that. I'm a dumb. I was doing other things, sipping my coffee and eating breakfast. But yeah, so like, all right, that's where liquidity was. Now we just move that up, 98.5. Can it go there? Yeah. But it's good to know where that's on the map, and you have the dynamic reactor starting to work its way down. So you build like confluence with some of these things, and you got pretty much a wall of liquidity that really makes its way up to the weekly pivot here at 100K. So like there's a lot of liquidity up here to grab. It makes a lot of sense. So, you know, we kind of talked about what you do. You're like, okay, you start looking at this and you're like, okay, rejection. You automatically assume do you put a box? I think you put a box or something, but you basically mark it and you're like, okay, here, this is like a liquidity zone. And you know that just by looking at the chart. And again, the heat map just validates what you already know on the chart, but because sometimes it's not there. What you think is there is not. It acts
as a target too, right? Like I think that's one key thing as well, is that like you can take trades based on, hey man, price is eventually going to try and get here, right? If we're looking for balance in the chart, right? If I can find a good market structure change at the low of the range and look to take that up, that can be a target for me for a long trade as well, right? So I think it works as a target, and it works as obviously a level to be swept and then moved away from, right? Which is huge.
No doubt, man. And I've talked about it. You've heard me talk about it just because you watch the show. You know, my best play of 2024 was 50K, right? Like when the market just dumped, I knew there was a lot of liquidity there. And, we were sitting at, I want to say 70 or 69, 70K, somewhere around there. And I was like, we're going back to 50 at some point. And people were just like, what? Like, why? And I'm like, well, hear me out. Like liquidity is sitting at 50K, a lot of liquidity. Dude, it was like billions of dollars of liquidity sitting in that area. And I was like, if you think they're going to let price action run away with the hottest spot on the entire map sitting at 50K with all that liquidity, y'all crazy. You're crazy. There's no way. I said, not only can it come down, take that liquidity, shake people out, give institutions an opportunity to get back into the market at a cheaper rate, it kept bullish structure. That was the biggest thing that I was hanging my hat on. I said, it can go down there, and it's going to go down there and it'll bounce hard because it's the trend is still bullish. So that's why I was like, this is a limit order. This is like big capital. It was a spot buy for me. And I was just like, yeah, I'm in. I threw like 10G at it. I didn't even.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. And I was able to put that trade in, I think 2 months in advance. 2 months in advance.
All right. Just chilling. See, that's so so meant for people to see, right? It's like, that shows you what you can do.
Yeah. I'm pretty patient. Man.
Make the money, right?
Yeah. I mean, like I talked about this a little bit earlier when you guys were bringing me up on Chart Prime, but I'm not going to be rich off this. I'm not. This for me, you guys know I work a 9 to 5. I coach. I got kids. Like I got all kinds of stuff going on. I got other like venture capital type stuff. Like I'm involved in a lot. So for me, this is something I enjoy doing, and I can supplement my income. And that's kind of how I approach it. So like, I'm never going to go for broke. I'm never going to be broke from it, but I ain't never going to be rich from it either, but I've engulfed myself in this, and I do it every day to make myself smarter and better. And, rule number one, I'm not trying to lose any capital. Like, even if it ain't, I don't trade with more. I've never traded with more than 100K. but that was wild for a minute. I was doing nothing but 6-figure trades all the time. But, now I'm a lot more, disciplined. I'm not willing to, I got lucky. Like straight up, when I look back at it, I just got lucky. There was times where I hit, and again, like you guys know kind of the story, I was able to buy some real estate based off of, trading crypto, great. But now I have not put 100K back in the account. I haven't. Full transparency on that. Like, I don't trade with more than $10,000 at this point. And then when I do any like day trading, like I don't use more than a G. I'm very,
That's good, man.
very, disciplined at this point. But yeah, man.
Most people start with $100. Like I started with $1,000 too, and like I think it shows you like if they want to take that further, there's stepping stones to that, right? And trading will fit your lifestyle. And like I mean, I'm in at 100K every day, but like it's also I'm not swing trading 100K. You know what I mean? I'm in and out quick trades here and there. Like I'm looking for me. I'm typically $700 a day is like my threshold, right? But it works out good, right? I mean, and everybody's got to find their threshold, and you'll see when you increase capital, you'll see where you start to get puckered, man. And it's a whole different game when you see drawdown of like $1,000 or 2,000 or whatever, right? Like, so the markets will always test you if you're not using risk management, and they will humble you pretty quickly, right? So
Yeah, dude. I've had some crazy swings. Like I've had 19 days in the positive. I've had 17 in the negative. Like I've had some days, bro. I have had some days.
Checking your phone in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Oh, bro, all night, like glued to it. Like my wife is like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "This is not healthy. This isn't healthy."
No,
and that's why I've changed it up, man. I've had to like realize that there's a balance in life, and like I got to be present for my kids. Like I can't be sitting there like at a practice just being like, Bitcoin's down 5%. Shit, Ethereum's under 1,000. Should I mortgage the house?
I'm done in 2 hours, 3 hours, man. I'm like committed to that too, because then it's like I want to go. I got into trading to provide freedom for myself and my family. Same thing, right?
Yeah. Shit, man, we got 10 minutes left, and we have done pretty minimal TA.
We can go forever, man.
Yeah, we've done pretty minimal TA. Harp was just asking about the bike. So there's a hover bike. I don't know if you know. I was a angel investor in a company for a hover bike.
Yeah, you showed me that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's behind production. I told you guys straight up, I don't know if it'll ever see the market. That's being real with you. But it's a cool concept. And one of the things I pitched to the guy was like, you know what? I don't know if this is gonna hit the street, bro, but it would be really effing cool to see it in a movie. Like, there's gonna be a futuristic movie that like they would be drooling on this to incorporate that. Like, you're on a hover bike going through the street, because it doesn't have to be legal. And then like the injury thing, like you could have a professional stuntman riding this thing. So like, it's the liability is a little different. But it'd be really, really cool. It'd be a really cool prop too. So I think that's kind of the approach they're taking right now. There's also a helmet they're like trying to integrate that basically has fully transparent like shield, so all of your data will be up there. It kind of already exists, but it hasn't really gone mainstream. So they're trying to corner that cool as well. So yeah, there's a couple cool things, man. But this is what I'm gonna do, dude. I've definitely ran my mouth quite a bit trying to show you the liquidation heat map and how that applies to the charts. I'm going to hand it over to you, give you an opportunity to spit some alpha here. We got about just under 10 minutes left, and then we'll kick everyone over to BGT for the night. So
let's go.
Over to you, brother. I'll let you go ahead and get after it. See if I got you here. Boom.
Yeah,
there
man.
It is.
Our Barra coin's not doing so well. It's trying. we have a little bit of an opportunity here, but we'll see if it bounces. One thing I did bring for you guys is a Solana trade here. Solana's coming down into a key. I mean, big trend line being broken here. Not saying that I'm overly bullish. And here's my little gift. I'm putting TradeFly and the alumni into the Otter Gang picture. So I got the alumni for you guys in here. I wanted to shout you guys out. You guys are going to be on the Otter Gang picture. Alexandra G. And then we got TradeFly over here, all Air Forced out.
The cream of the crop.
Nobody does it better. And if you do want to make your own little otter and add it to the emblem, you're welcome to send me a message in the Discord or whatever, and I'll try to include you as well. But looking at Solana here, big breakdown. Okay, so for me right now, this could turn into quite a juicy swing trade. Getting above 200, breaking this trend line, looking for a continuation trade. Okay, so a lot of things have had, I would say, a move. Okay, so I took just like TradeFly took your ADA trade. Okay, over here, that was beautiful. Uh, but there's some others that are lagging, right? So we're looking for the laggers. We did come into a nice buy zone down here on Solana, but for me, it's about this breakout retest. If we can hold this 194 area, that's somewhere I'm definitely looking for a potential swing long. I just want to see some sort of market structure confirmation, most likely on like a 15-minute time frame. Obviously, it's been chop city. You can see Solana, but you can see like a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders coming in here across the top here. So we could look for a break of that continuation out. Solana is a little bit slow. It'll I call it it chops and pops. Okay, so it'll chop and pop. So we're looking for a chop and a pop, and then we'll look to get on that trend, depending if we do come and take a high in here. But I'll be looking for a swing long here on Solana. That's one thing I'm looking for. I gave Crypto Billy this key level on ADA this morning. He asked for some ADA TA. It actually came down quite perfectly into this box. Looking for this momentum to hold on ADA at about 75 to 76 cents and looking for continuation and trying to get above 83 cents. That's going to be critical if we can do that. Another one, virtual. You guys love your virtual. Okay, we need to hold the psychological dollar level, in my opinion. So looking for this to hold here. Right now, it has started to take off, so we did catch it at the low in here. But for me, I'm looking for a retest back into this level down below here. So just trying to hold on virtual. I would like to see it challenge up to this $1.65 first, and then possibly look for a retest. But virtual is looking like it's rounding out. I call this a stiletto pattern. Like you guys know how simple I keep it. So it's something like this where you're looking for a sweep down, whoop, and then a chop sideways, and then it tends to hold or just mitigate the low coming for that liquidity. So this would be your liquidity in this low here. It's held, right? And then you get a typical like breakout and continuation trade, which was right here, OC retest, and then off you go. So looking for this to continue its trend up. Obviously it has narrative. Like I'm always looking for narrative right now because the dilution in this market is insane. So you want to pick winners, right? Like we took a SUI trade from here because of a golden pocket retest, right? TradeFly was on about golden pocket retest. So you go here, you pick a winner, you look at something like SUI and you get long on something like this, and that's where you're going to make your money. I mean, we caught a 20% move over the weekend in our Discord just by waiting and setting the trap for stuff like this. So these are certain things that I'm taking a look at. The big one that's got to go is Ethereum, right? Ethereum is lagging right now. It's in a very different situation than Solana. When we look at Ethereum, it needs to get above this high. Ask OC to do TA on the morning show. He loves doing TA on Ethereum. That is an inside joke. But say Alex asked us for you to do TA on Ethereum. You want to see this get out of here. 2900 is going to be your big level of resistance. So those are some of the things I'm looking at. And then obviously, I got my new TradeFly boxes now that I will be adding to my liquidity hot zones in the morning to help us navigate the charts. And I'm currently long on Bitcoin from here. Break, retest, continuation. We'll see if we do push up. But like TradeFly said, we are range bound, baby. Okay, so learn how to trade a range. We range 80% of the time. Learn where your value area low is, your value area high. Try to isolate price. If you're using Chart Prime, okay, and I am an instructor in Chart Prime, and I kick ass with these tools that you need to learn. If you're in a range, you need to learn how to use your predictive ranges and your premium and discount zones. That's going to make you a lot of money when you go into something like this. Okay, it gets a little clogged up in here, but you can see we got a new range in here. So you got your equilibrium. Okay, there's your equilibrium. You got your discount zone here. You want to trade the buns, okay? I always throw a hot dog onto the chart to make it very, very easy for you. You want to buy low and sell high, okay? You like the buns. You don't want to get the noodle slab, okay? So you're looking for that. If you're using chart prime indicators, that's going to help you a lot. Predictive ranges and premium and discount zones, that's going to help you. And then a little trick, if we start trending out of here, just for all you people here, I thought I'd give you a little trick on my way out, is the dynamic reactor, okay, on 8 trendy, dynamic reactor on the 8-minute time frame. I'm telling you, if you want something that, this is a quantum and the dynamic reactor. If you want something that absolutely bangs on a trend, you look at this thing. If you're just shorting into here, the 8-minute dynamic reactor is going to be your best friend. I'm telling you, it's an instant, like as soon as you start trending price action, something like this where you're just trending and you can't catch up and it's running away from you, go on your 8-minute, wait for your dynamic reactor to come in here, and I guarantee you're going to get so many good buying opportunities throughout that. So add that to your playbook, and hopefully that helps you guys out. Those are the things I'm looking at, and that's what I brought for you today, man. And hopefully bear poop, Canadian bear poop goes to the moon.
It was bouncing a little bit. It was down about 30-some%. It's down 48% now. So good thing is we only used $2. So not that worried about TradeFly money just flying away $2 at a time. Let me give a real quick spiel here, just for Bitcoin. Touch on that before we throw everyone over to BGT. Here you go. All right, so this is the channel I'm talking about. I just want you guys to be tracking on what I'm talking about. I do see a lot of new people in the chat, so therefore, you guys will get a little bit of alpha here. All right, this channel is a long-standing channel. You can see it goes back to 2021. You take the top of the two highs, draw the channel, please.
Draw the channel.
For the love of God. For all things that are holy, draw the channel. All right, okay. High to high. And then you take where there was support here, all right, low to low. So basically you'll extend it, all right? It's a channel, so you'll have to extend it down. And then you can see the trend. The trend is going up and right. Look at this thing. When it finally came out of the bear market, right, dynamic reactor turned green. That was a good sign on the weekly. But here you go. So resistance, that's where you got the pop. That lets me know that's an important level. Comes all the way back down. Hits the median, comes all the way back down, retest, pops off again. What do? We get another big move with conviction through the median. All right, so what was resistance never even really got retested support, to be quite frank, but it blew through that, right? And then now where are we finding support? On the top side of this channel, okay? So we've been beating this up here on the channel. If you guys are new, this right here, this area, which is going to be at about 92K, 92.5 right now. That's why I have a limit order sitting at that area. I mean, until we lose this with a weekly close, I stay bullish. So whatever the sentiment is going on, in YouTube land, until we lose this area and get a weekly close underneath of it, I'm staying bullish. All right, because this is the trend, and the trend is your friend until the end. I'm sure you've heard it many, many times. We get a close underneath of it, that changes my story, and I will look to start closing things and reversing course a little bit. But that's what I'm looking at right now. So definitely put that on there, and you can see right here, it is now lining up with the area of liquidity. All right, so as this price action works over, you got liquidity here, you got the value area low of the range. I know I don't have it, you can't see it on the chart, but trust me, it's at about 92, 92.5 is your value area low. You got a lot of confluence lining up in that area. I can't say anything more than that, but definitely please mark it on your charts. And the other thing I want to show you real quick, because I was just kind of doing some look-see-doos here. Look at this, right? You kind of see this kind of M shape right there. That was actually 112 days. You're kind of seeing a similar thing here. It's not perfect. It's not exact, but you're seeing a very similar thing where price goes up, little M shape. All right, we're now sitting at 91 days. So it was about 100 days or so for that M pattern to kind of like play out. And I think we're seeing something very similar to that. But what I'm tying into this is we had some more time to consolidate. All right, we stayed in this range for about 6 months, and that lasted for 252 days. All right, so do not be surprised if we are in for a little bit more consolidation, a little bit more, of range, staying in this range. I would not be quite surprised. And understand the sentiment when Bitcoin goes up to 109K or anytime it's over $100,000, people walk into that and they're like, that's really expensive. I don't know if I really want to buy Bitcoin right now. Do you think it's worth it? I can't even own a full Bitcoin. What do? They start looking at alts, right? Because they look at the Doge coin and they're talking about Doge, and they're looking, at Ethereum. That's probably the only two things they've even heard of. Like, to be real with you, that, and then some of the other memes like PayPay and, things like that, right? So they look at those and they're like, oh, well, if this thing goes to $1, I could be rich, right? If I put $100 in this thing goes to $1, I'm going to have, $500,000. And so you'll see people kind of go that way. So it's a psychological thing that you need to think about and kind of incorporate, into your trading. 100,000, 109,000, I see as a kind of like a mental like sell wall. Not saying it really is a sell wall or, but mentally, I see that as less people are enticed to get in until the price retraces a little bit. But
Absolutely.
I think the institutional buying has really changed the game, man. It really has. I think we would have saw a 50% or 40% retrace if it was old times, to be real with you.
Easy. And I think retail's broke too. So, that's another thing.
That is another piece of the pie there, huh? Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Alexo, dude, pleasure, man. I appreciate
honor,
you.
man.
Everyone in the chat, if you guys did enjoy the show, like and subscribe. We would appreciate that. Much love to you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm going to let Alexo give us a little goodbye, and then we'll wrap this up and get out of here.
Yeah, guys. I mean, trading isn't easy. That's why you come to people who are honest and transparent and hang out with them. It's always important to surround yourself with good people, right? And that's what I know to be true here. Always an honor and a privilege to hang out with you, brother, and look forward to many more, and look forward to Vegas, baby, where we can play some golf. Let's go. Thank you.
Slug some brews and hit the ball, baby. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready. And remember, we might bring one of y'all with us. But we were laughing before the show. I'm
down to split that and bring some along for the ride.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Hand and clean our clubs.
Yeah, I need a driver. I need not the club. I need a driver because I ain't gonna be able to drive. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I make it through 18, it's gonna be I didn't do it right if I made it through 18. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Much love to you guys. As always, trade safe, be safe, and we will see you again tomorrow. We're out of here.
Welcome to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rockin' charts, he about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The makers in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.